I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Dante Fabro of the Nashville Predators.
This is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace Aros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Before we get started with the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, first let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show. Once you're good and educated about the show, it's when you can click on that merchandise tab, take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt and all the gimmicks you come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck. Socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, all still available in our online store. The best way to say it is that we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this independent, unaffiliated hockey operation, so here's how you can jump the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. You can find us on Instagram and Threads. You can also find us on Facebook, and yes, still on X. So please, it doesn't take you but a second, doesn't cost you a thing, but it sure goes a long way to helping out the Renegades of Puck. So again, help us out on social media where you can. YouTube, that is definitely a place you can help us out. That's where you'll find the podcast. So please subscribe to the channel and help by passing those links around. Leave a comment, favorite the video, whatever it is, go a long way to helping, again, the Renegades of Puck. We are super appreciative of all of our recent subscribers to our YouTube channel. You can also support the show financially by checking out our tip jar over there on the corner of the desk. You can scan that QR code at any time during the show and just leave a donation for the Renegades of Puck, or you can help pay off our swear bill here on the show, whatever it is. You can search out Renegades of Puck on Venmo at your leisure, and every donation goes directly to helping out this independent and unaffiliated hockey operation known as the Renegades of Puck. Now listen, I know it is time for the No Half Step in Hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It is time for operation number 942. That is right. It is time for show number 942. And this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 8th place in the Central Division after 31 games skated. They have a record of 8-17-6. 22 points has them, well, very far outside of just about everything at this point in time. We'll update the Central Division coming up momentarily. On home ice, which is where the Nashville Predators' next game will take place against the New York Rangers, they have a record of 5-7-2. The Preds have scored 70 goals in the season. They've given up 98. That's a goal differential of -28. That update on the Central Division standings, the Winnipeg Jets have taken first place back over, now have 45 points. The Minnesota Wild find themselves in second place with 44 points. Big gap till you find the Dallas Stars at 36 points in third place. Colorado Avalanche also at 36 points. The Utah Hockey Club is in 5th place with 33. The St. Louis Blues in 6th place with 31. Then you'll find the Chicago Blackhawks with 22. And the Nashville Predators in 8th place in the Central Division, also with 22 points on the season. For the Preds, the week ahead looks like this. After this one game at home against New York Rangers, they will remain home to face off against the Pittsburgh Penguins on Thursday, then the LA Kings on Saturday, and on Monday, the Carolina Hurricanes. Then the Christmas break, and it will be the 27th of December when the schedule resumes in St. Louis, and the 30th of December, schedule continues in Winnipeg. For the Predators and the New York Rangers, this is the first of 2 meetings this season. The next one will take place on March the 2nd at Madison Square Garden. Who knows if either of the head coaches currently behind the bench will still be behind the bench by the time we get to that second meeting of the season. For the New York Rangers, they are currently 15-14-1, 31 points, has them 5th place in the Metropolitan Division. On the road, they have a record of 8-6-0. They've scored 93 goals. They've given up 91 against. They have a goal differential of +2. In their most recent completed 5 games, 12-8, that's December the 8th, a 7-5 loss versus the Seattle Kraken on the 9th of December, a 2-1 loss versus the Chicago Blackhawks. On the 11th of December, a 3-2 win at the Buffalo Sabres. On the 14th of December, a 5-1 loss versus the LA Kings. And most recently, a 3-2 loss at the St. Louis Blues. Jonathan Quick got the start, took the loss, going 21 out of 24. For the Nashville Predators and the New York Rangers, the game rankings and the NHL rankings in this matchup go as follows. The Rangers are putting up 3.07 goals per game. That's 15th best in the league. That's right there in the middle of the pack, while the Predators are dead last in the NHL and have been for quite some time, 32nd overall in the NHL at only 2.26 goals per game and goals against. Much closer in this metric are the two teams. The Rangers giving up 3.03 per game. That's 16th best in the league, while the Predators are giving up 3.16 per game. That's 23rd overall in the NHL. Shots for the Preds giving up 29 gaining 29.4 on net per game. That's 12th best in the league. 30.4 for the Rangers is 7th overall in the NHL. Shots against, 31.6 against the Rangers is 29th in the league. 30.2 is 27th in the league for the Preds. When it comes to special teams, this is an interesting one. The Predators' power play is 18%. That's 24th in the NHL, 16 out of 89. The Rangers' power play, 21.8%, is 15th in the NHL, 17 conversions, 78 opportunities, but the penalty kill is what makes it interesting, at least to me. The number one overall penalty kill unit in the NHL is the Nashville Predators, 87.5% kill rate. And they have given up just 12 power play goals against on the season, but the New York Rangers have an 86.8% kill rate. That's second best in the NHL. They have also only given up 12 power play goals against this season. So the number 1 and 2 penalty kill units in the entire NHL. We will see how that affects the outcome here. The Nashville Predators are dealing with injuries, so a quick update on that before we get into individual statistics. Luzon is still listed as day-to-day. Carrier is still out. Yossi, no time frame on his return as of yet. Captain Roman Yossi's a perfect place to pick things up here. The stats leader still first on the Nashville Predators in scoring, 7 goals, 16 assists for 23 points, but not available at this time. Philip Forsberg has 9 goals, 11 assists for 20 points. Only the second Predator this season to reach 20 points. Marchessault, 7 goals and 11 assists for 18 points. O'Reilly's at 7 and 10 for 17, and Steven Stamkos is 8 and 8 for 16. Over on the New York Rangers side of things, Panarin, 15 goals, 21 assists, 36 overall points, paces New York Rangers. Fox out there on the blue line has 1 goal, but add 24 assists to that for 25 total points on the season. Cully's at 11 goals and 12 assists for 23 points. Lafreniere, 9 and 12 for 21. And Zibanejad, underperforming at 6 goals and 15 assists for 21 points, would still be second overall on the Predators in scoring this season. In net, your anticipated goaltender matchup sees UC Saros for the Nashville Predators with the awful record of 6-14 and 5, but the rest of his numbers are decent. 2.73 goals against average, a 908 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. So a goaltender that is that far under 500, essentially 6 and 19 on the season, still has a goals against average of 2.73 and a save percentage of 908 with 2 shutouts on the season. So out of his 6 victories, 2 of them are shutouts. That's a pretty high indicator that the goaltender himself has to do all of the work in order to get any wins for the Predators. Igor Shesterkin also under the 500 mark, and his numbers have not quite been as good as expected. 10, 11, and 1 for the New York Rangers this season, 3.08 goals against average, and a 907 save percentage with 1 shutout on the season. These are 2 of the best young netminders in the NHL. Vezina winner, Vezina finalist, Vezina conversation all around, both of these netminders, so it's always fun to watch the 2 of them go head-to-head against each other, and I hope that we get this matchup at Bridgestone Arena. This matchup also sees head coach Peter Laviolette for the New York Rangers returning to Bridgestone Arena. No, it's not the first time, but it's always interesting when the Predators go up against one of their former head coaches. And again, Peter Laviolette on the hot seat and Andrew Brunette also on the hot seat here in Nashville. So that makes this particular matchup just a little bit more interesting. That's going to do it for the preview. That's got you all set up for the Predators and the Rangers at Bridgestone Arena. We have to go back and talk about the Predators' last game of their 2-game road trip in Denver, Colorado, facing off against the Avalanche. It's called the Rebirth Sports Full Game Recap, and it's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports Full Game Recap. We'll go all the way back to December 14th, the year 2024, when the Nashville Predators were in Denver, Colorado to face off against the Avalanche. Head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his line combinations and defensemen in the following way: Forsberg, Stamkos, and Marchessault, LaRue, O'Reilly, and Nyquist, Jankowski, Novak, Evangelista, Smith, McCarron, and Sissons. Your defensive pairings are Shea and Blankenberg, Del Gaizo and Shen, Gravel and Wilsby. UC Saros gets the start in net. We pick up the action action at 1:37 of the first period. It's when UC Saros comes with a save on Nichushkin. It's the first shot on goal of the game at 2:08 of the first period. Saros coming with a save on Middleton. 3:48 of the first period. It's a backhand save on Stamkos, plus a follow-up on Forsberg for Blackwood at 5:14 of the first period. Blackwood comes up with a save on Sissons. Then at 7:14, Blackwood another save on Luke Evangeliste. 8:59, Blackwood continues the hard work here at the beginning of the game with a save on Philip Forsberg. Switching to the other side of the ice just briefly at 9:17 of the first period, UC Saros comes with a save on Taves' long shot, but then Blackwood clocks in and goes back to work at the 11:51 mark of the first period with a save on Willsby, plus the follow-up by Tommy Novak on the weak side on the rebound. 12:46 of the first period, Blackwood coming with a save on Stamkos, backhand off of the rush. 16:15, UC Saros comes with a save on Middlestat. 16:57 mark at the first period, Saros comes with a save on Lekkonen's deflection. And in the 19:59 mark, although it didn't officially count as a shot on goal at the moment, it sure seemed like a huge moment. UC Saros comes with a save on McKinnon at the buzzer at the 20-minute mark, but it ended up not counting as a shot on goal nor a save, but still felt like a really big moment. At the end of the first period, the Predators out shooting the Colorado Avalanche 13-9. Blackwood doing some heavy lifting in net for the Avs. We're 27 seconds into the second period. It's Blankenberg off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping, giving us our first special team scenario of the game. 0 shots on goal allowed and an outstanding penalty kill led by Colton Sissons for the Nashville Predators out there. 4:34 of the second period, Saros comes up with a save on Taves' deflection. And at the 7:30 mark, a little bit of time here without much action. Saros comes with a save on Lekkonen, another deflection at close range. 8:24 of the second period, Blackwood comes with a save on Marchessault on the breakaway. The Preds denied on a golden opportunity. 8:47 of the second, Blackwood a save on Marchessault, plus the follow-up by Shea. Marchessault is buzzing all over the place. But the 11:32 mark of the second period, it's Colton with his 10th goal of the season, a slot finish. The stick exchange failure with the defenseman without the stick, trying to grab one from the forward. That allows just enough time for the Colorado Avalanche to pounce and take advantage. They take a 1-0 lead in this game. UC Saros comes up with a save on Nichushkin at the 13:50 mark of the second period, 14:16 mark of the second. Smith is off to the box. 2 minutes for slashing on Blankenberg. Blackwood comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg. Then Blackwood also comes with a save on Luke Evangelista. That would be it for the Preds power play. We return to 5-on-5 action at 18:11 of the second. Blackwood comes up with a save on Jonathan Marchessault at the 18:52 mark of the second period. It's McKinnon with his 12th goal of the season. Delgado turns the puck over to Rantanen, who hands it off to McKinnon for the easy finish for the Colorado Avalanche. It's simply a mistake that no defenseman can make, but many have fallen victim to this exact play before. So McKinnon's 12th of the goal puts the Avs up 2-0. 19:02 of the second, Saros comes up with a save on Taves. We hit the end of the second period. The Nashville Predators have 29 shots on goal through 40 minutes. The Colorado Avalanche have 19, but the Avs lead 2-0. Going into the third period, it takes till 2:13 before we find our first action. It's UC Saros coming with a save on Kelly at the 3:17 mark of the third period. It's Blackwood coming with a save on Gravel. 3:30 of the third period, it's Lekkonen with his 9th goal of the season. A wrist shot snipe off of the rush puts the Avs up by 3 in this contest. The 4:27 mark of the third period is Blackwood coming with a save on Tommy Novak. 5:55 of the third, Blackwood comes up with a save on Michael McCarron. We flip to the backside of the sheet and we pick action up at 7:53 when Blackwood is again coming up with a work, this time on Jankowski's deflection. The 8:40 mark of the third period, UC Saros coming with a save on Malinsky. Here's an odd sequence at 8:50 of the third period. McCarron and O'Connor off the box. 2 minutes for roughing. That leads to a 4-on-4. Shea then picks up a penalty. 2 minutes for slashing. That leads to a 4-on-3 for 1 minute and 23 seconds, which leads to an outstanding penalty kill by the Nashville Predators. As soon as McCarron and O'Connor come out of the box, the 11:14 mark of the third period, they engage again and again, head off to the box. 2 minutes for roughing, creating another special team scenario. And Steven Stamkos does take advantage of this one with his 8th goal of the season, below the goal line to the slot left circle for the finish. tic-tac-toe right here. Colorado now leads 3-1, but the Preds at least on the board. 15:08 now of the third period. It's Luke Evangelista picking up his third goal of the season on delayed penalty call. Carries the puck in, cuts to the middle, takes the backhand, and finishes strong. 3-2 now in favor of the Avalanche. 17:26 now of the third period. Saros comes up with the save on O'Connor, and with the empty net at 18:08, McKinnon gets his 13th of the season, making it 4-2. And then 19:10, Lehkonen gets his 10th goal of the season, an empty net goal as well. That makes it 5-2, and that is your final in this game. The Colorado Avalanche, after it was a one-goal game, explode for 2 empty net goals and win this game, pulling away 5-2. The Preds do outshoot Colorado 39-34, but that makes no difference in this one. The Preds fall in Denver to a Central Division opponent, and they drop 2 more points. So good, bad on this road trip. They win in Dallas, but they fall in Denver, now headed back home. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We've got so much more coming up on this game, analysis, box score, and more next, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Now time to do some analysis. Then we'll get to the good, cold, hard numbers known as the box score. Then we'll wrap up episode number 942 and get you out to Bridgestone Arena for a Tuesday night game against the New York Rangers. UC Saros went 29 out of 32 in this game. He gave up 3 goals against, made some good saves, but the third goal was a killer. That snipe absolutely devastated the Nashville Predators, a team that's struggled to reach 3 goals for much of the season, only averaging 2.26. Obviously, that third goal was a bit of a dagger, but once was a one-goal game, again, the Colorado Avalanche dialed things up, gets 2 empty netters, and makes the score look a little bit worse than the game actually was. But UC Saros, he did make some very good saves in this game, and again, while it's not officially a save, the stop on McKinnon at the buzzer at the end of the first period was an impressive sequence for UC Saros. Steven Stamkos picks up a goal in this game, also has 5 shots on goal and 3 blocked shots, and I think he's found his spot with Philip Forsberg and Jonathan March, so he certainly seems like he has come alive the last couple of games since they have been paired up together, and that is fantastic news. That's at least something the Predators can use to build upon. So good news right there. The Predators are putting some pucks in the net. They're finding some offense, and some chemistry is finally beginning to develop. Marchessault, Stamkos, Forsberg, I think, are a successful grouping together. And a lot can be said about Luke Evangelista as well. Evangelista picks up a goal in this game on the delayed penalty call. He carries the puck into the offensive zone, makes that toe drag to the middle and backhand finish. It was just an absolute gem of a goal in a moment where the Nashville Predators really needed it. It made it a one-goal game. It made things more interesting and more competitive, at least for a couple of minutes. But Luke Evangelista has also found that chemistry yet again, the same chemistry he found last year with Tommy Novak and also Mark Jankowski. No, it's not exactly the third line you want to be rolling out there. But listen, they helped the Predators get into the playoffs last year, and they can help the Predators generate some offense again. Again, Luke Evangelista's goal, though, deserves some definite credit and stick taps right here. It was a great carry into the zone to get the Preds into the zone with the extra attacker, and then the cut to the middle and the finish, steps 2 and 3, were also absolutely an elite level. So great job by Luke Evangelista. Tommy Novak picked up an assist in his third game in a row with a point, so Tommy Novak is back to making plays. Again, I'm trying to find the nuggets of good news, and the Predators finding some offense, finding a way to put a couple of pucks in the net. This is good news. A couple of lines developing chemistry, and O'Reilly seems to be in somewhat of a good spot there between Nyquist and LaRue. You got to wonder, how long is Gus Nyquist, though, going to be part of the Nashville Predators? He is definitely a player that I think is going to be traded, and probably sooner rather than later. His value after last season was about as high as Nyquist's value is going to be. It's only going to continue to decline. So for a team out there looking for a winger that can help them add a little scoring punch, Nyquist is an option. He's helping O'Reilly and LaRue right now in the second line. So I like the way the Preds lines are panning out at this moment, but I don't think they're going to be together for much longer, because I do think the Predators are a team that's about to be in flux as far as roster movement. So Tommy Novak's where we left off right there. He had an assist in this game. That's 3 games in a row with a point. Jonathan Marchessault picked up an assist, had 3 shots on goal, 17-17 total time on ice, and it just feels like Jonathan Marchessault is getting more comfortable as a Nashville Predator. He's making those solid shift in, shift out plays where he is digging along the wall. He is getting to loose pucks. He's taking on the other team. He just seems like a different player after the first 20 games. From game 20 to game 30, he seemed to get on his skates a little bit better as a Nashville Predator. And I really look forward to where he goes in the next 10 games, next 20, next 30 games, and where Jonathan Marchessault can be. He's going to be here for a while. Jonathan Marchessault is not going anywhere. I think the Predators are looking to build this next generation team around him. So he is succeeding right now. He's getting more comfortable, and that is also great for the Predators. Forsberg picks up an assist, 5 shots on goal, and you have to note that he's elevated his game since being paired with Marchessault and Stamkos. It is obvious. We've mentioned all 3 of them in analysis the last couple of games. They are starting to get some offense. They're starting to add some points, and for the Predators, they have to take it wherever they can get it from. They have to become a one-line team again for a while to generate offense. Anything to get off of having only 8 wins on the season. And Wilsby, let's point him out again. 1 assist, 21-40 in total time on ice. He is earning his time on ice out there. The Nashville Predators defensive prospect is playing outstanding hockey for this Nashville Predators team. 225 also in shorthanded time on ice. 2 shots on goal and 1 blocked shot. Again, Wilsby is doing everything he's asked. Blankenberg is in the same part of that conversation. You know, Dante Fabro getting traded was something that really enraged a lot of people. It certainly didn't make me very happy, but seeing how Blankenberg and Wilsby are filling in and what the Nashville Predators are doing with so many injuries on the defensive side of things, the Preds are actually showing some good defensive depth right now, and they're going to add Luzon, and of course they're going to add Yossi back into the mix here, and Carrier very soon. So the Predators are starting to develop some very good defensive depth, and this is great news for the future. That's going to do it for the analysis portion of things. Let's hear from our good friends at Stripe Digital Solutions, and then let's come back with the good, cold, hard numbers known as the box score. Then we'll wrap up episode number 942 and get you on your way to the Preds versus the New York Rangers at Bridgestone Arena next, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions. Welcome back in. Your goal scorers for the Nashville Predators. As we get into the good, cold, hard numbers, notice the box score. Well, Steven Stamkos picked up a goal in this game. Luke Evangelista also picks up a goal in this game. The assists go to Adam Wilsby, Tommy Novak, Jonathan Marchessault, and also Philip Forsberg. Shots on goal. Philip Forsberg paces the Predators with 5. Luke Evangelista also with 5. Jonathan Marchessault with 3. Tommy Novak with 3. And Ryan O'Reilly with 3. Add Brady Shea to that list with 3 shots on goal as well. In the block shots category, Mark Del Gaizo leads the way. Had maybe the toughest moment of the night defensively, but did lead the Predators in block shots with 3. 2 block shots for Mark Jankowski, 2 block shots for Brady Shea. And the physical component of things, it was Gravel with 5 hits in this game. LaRue also had 3 hits in this game for the Nashville Predators. And again, tough night out there. Del Gaizo gets tagged with 1 giveaway, but it was the toughest giveaway of the night. It goes from Rantanen to McKinnon to the back of the net just just that quickly. Your time on ice leaders for the Nashville Predators, 17-17 total time on ice for Jonathan Marchessault is your leader for the forwards. 17-08 for Ryan O'Reilly, 16-47 for Gus Nyquist. On the defensive side of things, of course, always a little bit of a different story. In the absence of the captain, Roman Josi, who is always the time on ice leader for the team, Brady Shea steps up and takes that role, 25-12 in this game. Also 21-40 for Adam Wilsby and 21 minutes overall for Blankenberg. Great job by the Preds defensive core stepping up in these moments. The Preds power play in this game was 0 for 1. Your power play time on ice leaders were... It was 113 for O'Reilly, 112 for Marchessault, 109 for Forsberg, and 108 for Steven Stamkos. The Predators also had 122 for Gus Nyquist. The Predators deploying a 5-forward, 0-defenseman power play in this particular game, at least on the first unit. Delgado digged at 38 seconds on the second unit with Shea. The penalty kill was a perfect 2 for 2 in this game. Your time on ice leaders for the PK go to Colton Sissons at 219. He did some expert work out there, especially on the one where the Preds didn't give up a single shot against. 123 for Mark Jankowski, 102 for Michael McCarron. On the defensive side of things, 225 for Adam Wilsby, 139 for Luke Shen, 138 for Gravel, 118 for Nick Blankenberg. Again, Preds number one overall penalty kill unit in the league at 87.5%, and they've given up the least amount, or at least tied for the least amount of power play goals against the season with 12. Your netminder in this game was UC Saros, 29 out of 32, 3 goals against, an in-game save percentage of .906, 27 even strength saves, 2 power play saves, no short-handed saves. And again, Saros played decent, but not quite good enough to get the Predators a victory in this one. Let's complete the box score by saying power play 0 for 1, PK 2 for 2. So the Predators decent on the PK, but fail on the power play. Again, face-off winning percentage 58.7%, 16 hits in this game, 12 block shots, 6 takeaways, and 17 giveaways. The Predators, again, loose on the puck possession side of things, and that is disappointing, but they fall 5-2 to the Colorado Avalanche, and they split the road trip. Good news, bad news. Big win in Dallas. If they could continue to play like they did in Dallas, get the goaltending like they had in Dallas, then they've got a chance to win a lot more games. But they followed up with some inconsistencies in Denver, and they have some turnovers in the back end, and they have a tough night. Cannot beat Blackwood. They made Blackwood look like a much better goaltender than he actually is. Blackwood turns into a cult hero in one night in Denver because he beats the Nashville Predators. But the Preds had their opportunities. They couldn't get the finish, and they couldn't get the job done. They end up out shooting the Colorado Avalanche by a decent amount. 39 shots is a lot of shots on goal. But the Preds, again, good news, bad news. If they can play like they did in Dallas, they'll win a lot more games. But if they play like they did in Colorado, they're going to continue to lose a lot more games. And after that 2-game road trip, the Preds, unfortunately, are only 3-10-4 on the season on the road. All right, they'll pick it up again at Bridgestone Arena against the New York Rangers. It's interesting. Lavi's back in town, and both coaches are on the hot seat. We'll see how things go. Josi looks like he's not going to make it back onto the ice for this one for the Preds. Depth at defense is going to be tested again. That's going to do it for Operation number 942. I sure do appreciate your viewership. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Stick taps, love, and respect.